Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. What if I guess today is something a little bit different. First of all, I want to say I apologize for not uploading. Really, I haven't been feeling like playing the Division lately. The game has been a little bit stale, I'm not gonna lie. I've been enjoying some other games, so I did kind of take a mini break. I am back though. I am really having fun as of right now on the game, so I am going to be uploading a lot of videos, and especially a lot of videos when 1.6 officially comes out. Anyways, today I wanted to make a video a little bit more dedicated for the players that are coming back to the game. I've been getting more and more messages on my YouTube comments, and I mean a lot on my YouTube comments. A lot of players are saying they are returning for 1.6. They want to see how PvP is and how it pretty much is going to be changed when the patch actually comes out. So the video I did decide to make today is talking about the top 5 best PvP weapon talents. Now, I know a lot of you guys that are playing the game on a daily basis and have played the PTS, this video is going to be really pointless. It's going to be pretty much hammering in the same information that you guys already know, but like I said, this video is more focused on anyone that's coming back to the game or doesn't really play a lot of PvP. I know some players, just stick to PvE and don't even touch PvP in this game, so this video is going to be a little bit helpful, and I'm going to give you guys the reasoning why I picked some of the weapon talents over, this one or that one. But if you guys do enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos, and let's get right into this. Really quickly, if you guys want me to make a video on PvE weapon talents for 1.6, let me know in the comment section below. I can make that video as well, but it's pretty common to know what to use for PvE because you can honestly get away with, using a variety of different weapon talents. So that's why for PvP, I feel if you have, a certain group of weapon talents, you are obviously going to be doing a lot better in combat situations. Anyways, getting back to the video, so the first talent I have for you guys is Unforgiving. Now, Unforgiving is honestly one of my favorite talents, if not my favorite weapon talent in the game. You can pretty much use this on any single gun. If you have a shotgun build, if you have an SMG build, assault rifle build, Unforgiving is just really good. Now, the only build I would be a little bit iffy about using this weapon talent would be marksman rifles. You guys know, at least the way I play with marksman rifles, I kind of sit back, I go on top of a building, or I go, hide behind a car or something like that, and I just pretty much snipe. I zoom in with my scope, use that dead eye to full potential. So in my opinion, Unforgiving would be a little bit useless because half the time the enemy doesn't even see you, or if they do see you, you can probably kill them before they can even shoot like 3-4 bullets towards your waist. So that's why I feel like Unforgiving is a little bit iffy on marksman rifles. But besides that, on anything else you do use in 1.6, I would really recommend you have Unforgiving on your weapons. Next up I have Responsive. Now Responsive was one of those weapon talents a lot of people only used on SMGs. In my opinion, it got way better like once 1.5, 1.4 comes out, when the assault rifles were really good, and then people kind of realized how good Responsive really was. So I would really recommend using this for pretty much any build. Once again, you can even use this for marksman rifles because the 10% extra damage when you're 10 meters or closer, there are going to be a few times where you get pretty much ran up on, or the gunfight is really close. So for you to be outputting 10% more damage even with a marksman rifle is really nice, and especially if you have like a submachine gun build, assault rifle build, even something like a support build, even for you to have Responsive is really nice because most of the gunfights in PvP are going to be really close, and sometimes they are even closer than 10 meters. So that's why Responsive is my number 2 pick in this video. Next up I have Competent. Now Competent is one of the weapon talents that only works when you use your skills. In my opinion, when you're playing PvP, 95% of the time you are going to be using your skills when in a gunfight. The only times you're not going to be using your skills in the dark zone is 1, if the player's not playing, 2, if you're a group of 4 and the person is a group of 1 and he pretty much gets no chance to shoot back at you, so you don't really need to use your heal or your pulse or whatever. Or 3 is when you pretty much are out of the heals and you can't use them. Now that's the only time, in my opinion, you don't use your skills. Besides that, you pretty much use your heals every single time. It could be first aid, pulls, sticky bombs, whatever it is. You pretty much always use your skills. So why not get extra damage just because of a weapon talent you have, which in my opinion doesn't make sense. I know some people don't like using this weapon talent because you have to use your skills. They rather have something like, Responsive, Deadly, or Brutal on their build and not really Competent, and also because it requires a lot of electronics. So that once again is my reasoning for using Competent in 1.6. Next up I have Deadly. Now Deadly is one of the weapon talents that is a little bit iffy. Sometimes I don't use it because I'm trying to get something like Adept, or I'm trying to get something like Meticulous or whatever, so I don't use Deadly. But most of the time when you're going for a damage build, like pretty much just melt anyone really quickly, especially with the SMG buff in 1.6 where it's critical hit chance instead of critical hit damage, Deadly is going to be really nice because critical hit chance, you obviously get more crits, and if you do have Deadly on that gun, you are obviously going to be doing a lot more damage. Now, getting back to the iffy part about this weapon talent, sometimes, like I said, I do it even personally. I replace it with something else that I'm, trying to go for the build. Maybe I need like Swift to reload quicker, so I kind of take it off. So this weapon talent is a little bit questionable, but as I said, if you are going for a damage build in 1.6, this is one of the weapon talents I would recommend using. Last but not least, I have Destructive and Brutal. Now the only reason I have two weapon talents in this 5th slot is because it really depends on what you're playing. For PC, I'm picking Brutal all the way up because Brutal obviously gives you more damage towards the head. It's a little bit easier to kill people when you have Brutal on, and especially if you have really good aim with a mouse, you can pretty much kill players really quickly. Now, if you are playing on console, this is a little bit of a different story. You guys know on console, aiming is a little bit more harder in my opinion. At least when you're aiming for the head, it's way more difficult, and sometimes when the player is really good at strafing or just pretty much going cover to cover, it's really hard to keep your pretty much shot on the head and really use Brutal to its max potential. So that's why I did put Destructive. If you're on consoles, I would honestly go with Destructive over Brutal because, like I said, aiming on PC is a little bit easier, so obviously you want Brutal. If you're on consoles, I would go with Destructive, but this is honestly your guys' opinion. If you are really good at aiming and you play on a really fast sensitivity on consoles and you can pretty much lock on the person's head all the time, go ahead, go with Brutal, don't use Destructive. In my case, I'm not the best at aiming, especially on the head, so I do like going for Destructive because most of my shots are body shots, and to have something like Destructive in 1.6 would be really nice and really helpful. But that's pretty much for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, this video was dedicated more towards players that are returning to the game and not really, playing the game on a daily basis, because if you are playing this game on a daily basis, you already know this information, you already know what to use for PvP. If you didn't, I guess you can use this video as a referral, but once again, that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.